We're going to talk about Tim Walz for a cotton picking minute. I know you're sick and tired of hearing about him, but we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring, and George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
What's good, my people? It's your boy in the building, MC Too Tall, master of sound quality, keeper of the chalice, killer for real, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, obviously your favorite podcaster, because here you are looking at me right now, and lest we forget, underground rock and roll hero. Think I got some of that stuff covered. Anyway, Tim Walz. Tim Walz. The flaky Tim Walz. The weirdo tampons in the boys' room guy, Tim Walz. The Somali flag waving Tim Walz. The man of stolen valor. Remember I said he's a man of stolen valor, and because he is a man of stolen valor, he is a disingenuous and treasonous punk. Well, here's his former commanding officer, John Cole, up there, and he's up there just ripping him a new one. He's ripping him a new one. I got this from the Dana Show. The Dana Show, she's got a syndicated radio program, and you could see the video of that radio program on the First TV every weekday at noon. And she posted this, a long status on Facebook about Tim Walz. This was Tim Walz's immediate supervisor. And basically, on there, he's saying that he doesn't discredit him for what he did up to a certain point, and then once he got to a certain point, that he's got some damn nerve taking credit for shit he didn't do. And he went on to say that just because I sit in the cockpit of an airplane, it doesn't make me a pilot. Yeah, he ripped him a new one, and he told him who the real hero is in this. And let me tell you, this Facebook status, it kicks ass, it takes names, I tell you. And names Tim Walz specifically. And it says in not so many words what I've been saying, and I will say it again. He's a man of stolen valor, and because he is a man of stolen valor, he is a disingenuous, treasonous punk. When you take credit for shit you didn't do in the military, the real military people take it seriously. That's why J.D. Vance is harping on him so badly. People say, oh, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? This man deserves to be vice president more than you. Wow. Why? If he lied about that, what else is he going to lie to the American people about? You can't be honest about yourself and who you are with the American people. How are people going to believe you when you implement a policy or claim to implement a policy? And let's say Kamala Harris becomes president and croaks. This man's going to be president? Get out of here with that. Get out of here. Disingenuous, treasonous punk. He's better served going out to pick my radishes. And I don't even like radishes, just to say on the record. I'm not going to ban radishes the way, a certain rapper that I don't talk to wants to ban pickles in Bensonhurst, but I'm not a big fan of radishes. But Tim Walz, you punk. You could go pick my radishes. And I'll give them to somebody who likes radishes. How about that? He's in command of this, in command of that, in command. We saw what you did when you were in command of the state of Minnesota. You prioritize putting tampons in the boys' room, while Minnesota burns to the ground. Tim Walz, you are a weasel. Tim Weasel. I guess weasels are cuddly all of a sudden. The cuddly coach of destruction. That's Tim Walz. He is the cuddly coach of destruction. He watched Minnesota burn to the ground, saw that, did nothing about it, but prioritized putting tampons in the boys' room and changing the state flag to look like the Somalian flag. This is Tim Walz. This is your candidate for vice president. If you are of the wacko left, this just proves what sickos there are out there in the left, and what brainwashed people are out there believing CNN, MSNBC, especially Lion Larry O'Donnell of MSNBC. These guys have the left wrapped around their finger. These punks. We got to take our country back, man. We got to take our country back. And when we do that, and we're doing our own repairs on our own cars, I urge you to get Denso products. They put out some of the finest remanufactured automotive components this side of the 21st century. And if you're going to rebuild your automobile, go with good rebuilt components. Go with Denso. I tell you, go with Denso. Now, let's talk about the person that is expected by the left to be the next president of the United States, cackling Kamala, the Cacklosaurus, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris now boasts that she does not want to put tax on tips, but meanwhile, with this whole Green New Deal, with this whole Bidenomics, Build Back Better, Inflation Reduction Act. Part of the Inflation Reduction Act is to get your armed IRS agents out there, hand on their piece, watching over people who accept cash tips to make sure they claim those tips so that they could be taxed. Boy, oh boy, claiming your tips so that they could be taxed. Why do that? Where does our tax money go? Well, in Minnesota, it goes towards changing the state flag to resemble that of a hostile nation. If you're in Minnesota, it doesn't go to rebuilding a state that got burned to the ground, but instead, any of those buildings that are left, if they got boys' rooms, you best believe, because of Tim Walz, there's tampons in those boys' rooms now. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. If you're in New York, you get to pay for abortion up to the 9th month. Had Ralph Northam gotten his way and wasn't ousted because of it, instead, there would have been post-birth abortions. And it's like, once the baby's born, you can't be talking about terminating a pregnancy. The pregnancy's over. The baby is born. Doing anything at this point to terminate that life is an execution. It's murder. And that's why we got a good Republican governor in there now to save the life in the womb. And in the case of Virginia, a life freshly out of the womb. But your tax dollars pay for shit like this in Kamala Harris's America. And she casted the deciding vote to tax the living shit out of your tips and to send out IRS agents, armed IRS agents, to make sure you claim your tips. Otherwise, plow, 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 plow. Yes, IRS agents would shoot to kill if citing that you did not claim your tips led to them attempting to arrest you for not claiming your tips. And that's why IRS agents are now armed, because resisting arrest for tax-related crimes is far worse to them than resisting arrest when suspected of murder. They wouldn't even be looking for you if you're suspected of murder in Kamala Harris's America, because crime runs rampant because of the Democrats. So yes, Kamala Harris is indeed a DEI candidate and failed border czar. And Tim Walz is a man of stolen valor, not to mention a disingenuous, treasonous punk better served picking radishes. Alright, so just to let you know, this is your boy, MC Too Tall, master of sound quality, keeper of the chalice, killer for real, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, and underground rock and roll hero. It's your boy MC Too Tall. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Follow and share this content. Stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. Let me also point out that I am an underground rock and roll hero. I never claimed to be an underground rock and roll legend. I never try to fraud the public by calling myself a rock and roll legend. I'm a hip hop legend, not a rock and roll legend. I'm a rock and roll hero, but a hip hop legend. Okay, let's get that out of the way.